Danza video talk with Noé Soulier. Here we are at Arsenale in Venice, where Noé Soulier will be present in the contest of Venice Biennale Danza, two pieces. The first, Portrait de Frédéric Tavernini, and the second one, Les Vagues. The first question that we would like to ask to Noé Soulier is, what does mean choreography to you?
So, for me, it's mainly two things in my practice, let's say. The first one is how to approach movements, so how to define movements in a way that's interesting physically, spatially. And then the other one is how you organize events in space and time throughout the piece. For the first aspect, in my work, I mostly define movement with practical goals, like to hit, to avoid, to throw, and then I try to create distortions so that the goal motivates the action of the dancer very clearly, but the goal is not recognizable for the audience. So, for example, the objects that the dancers are acting on are not present, or the body part that they use is not fitted to the action. For example, they will hit with fragile body part like the throat or the rib cage or the inside of the arm. And so this distortion makes that you cannot really recognize the action, and I hope that it allows you to see things that are present in this kind of action that you could not see if the action could be completely recognizable. Then for the other aspects, I work a lot on the idea of a decentralized choreography. So instead of me choosing exactly what will happen, usually the dancers will learn movement sequences. So the movement sequences are very precise, but the way of organizing these sequences is generated through improvisation. So it's not a kind of improvisation where you create the movement as you go. The movements are already set, but the organization of these sequences of movements, who does which sequences at which moment with who, is left open, and then we can record this, and then we can recreate this. And then what I find interesting is that each dancer knows his path. He knows that he will do his or her path, like he will do this sequence, and then he will join that person and do this sequence unison, and so on. But the whole thing, no one knows the whole thing. No one has the memory of the whole thing. The memory is shared through the dancers. So yeah, I think this definition of choreography, of course, is, I mean, there are many other definitions of choreography, but it's very wide, because if you think of the organization of events in space and time, it can be bodies, but it can even go beyond bodies. Like I made specific projects where it's really a hybrid between a choreography and an exhibition. I did one at the Centre Pompidou in Paris, where there are no dancers actually on stage. There are only art handlers, and there are artworks that are installed. So when you arrive in the theater, there is nothing, and then they install the artworks. And this can also be a choreography, maybe in a less classical sense of the word, but in the sense of how do you organize these events, throughout the piece.
Okay, thank you. Since July 2020, you are the new director of Centre National de Danse Contemporaine d'Angers. What are your plans for this institution?
Well, it's a very special institution because it unites in one place three different things. First, it's like a center for creation. So this means that I will make new works there and tour them and produce them from Angers. Then there is the school. So it's the only higher education in dance in France that is completely focused on contemporary dance. We have other dance schools, but they have different programs. This one is really focused on contemporary dance. And the last part is that we do the dance programming in Angers of the theater, which is called Le Quai. So it means that we can invite the same artists in different roles, like to present a show, or to teach, or to give workshops. And I find it really interesting that these three different activities are united in the same institution. Usually you have the theater, the school, and the creative center. Here they are all united in the same space. So for me, what's interesting is to try to imagine how my creative work can be expressed in all these dimensions, not only through artworks, not only through dance pieces, but also through how can we conceive the pedagogical program, the school, as an art project. How can we conceive the programming, the dance programming as an art project? I think especially the school is very important because this school is and this center has a whole history in France. Like it was created in 1978 with Alvin Nicolais, and then a lot of big choreographers made work there. There were world premiere by Merce Cunningham in 1987, the premiere of Newark by Trisha Brown, and a lot of French choreographers have come from this school. Very different one from Jérôme Bel studied there, but also Philippe Découfflé. And I think if you look at these two choreographers, they are really at the end. I mean, very very different in the spectrum of what they do.
Many thanks to Noé Soulier. Carmelo Zapparata, Danza Danza Magazine, Venice.